Hello, how do I identify stable companies for swing trading? Well, when you find a company and you like to see if it's stable, there are filters that you can use to analyze that stocks. For instance, and that's the way I do it, but you can, choose your own filters, or you can, customize it. You can be more flexible or more tight related to what I'm using. But I just like to avoid, I like to pick a specific type of market capitalization. And as a beginner swing trader, I started swing trading since 2024. But I traded before that. But swing trading, I started in 2024 or late 2023. And pretty much I try to uh, pull strong, stable stocks that I can invest in long term to swing trade. So I started with large cap stocks because they are stocks that are relatively stable, that you can count on not to lose your money very quickly. At the same time, you're not going to make a lot of money very quickly either. So I like to pick large cap stocks, and that they are the ones that I'm swing trading right now. But later I will venture to mid cap capitalization stocks and small um, mid cap stocks and small cap stocks with what I'm learning, swing trading large cap stocks, to apply it to those to see if I can pull good stocks from those smaller capital market capitalizations to swing trade as well. They could have uh, faster growth and therefore more profit as well, I will think, but I'm not sure. For the time being, I prefer to work in a safe zone as I'm learning swing trading, improving my strategy. I don't want to have multiple variables that I have to control. So therefore, I start with large cap stocks. That way I know that they are not going to move too quickly before I catch up with them while I'm debating whether I should buy a stock, or if I already purchased it, what I'm debating whether I should sell that stocks. They are not going to be moving too quickly. I can still catch up with them. So therefore, I will see if the stocks is a large cap stocks, and then I will just keep stocks that are selling on New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, and those are things you can easily find about a stock to see which market stock is selling on. And I don't want that stocks to be an LLC or a partnership, so therefore corporation. Those end with corp, sometimes org, and co, corp, and sometimes the name won't have any ending to it, entity wise, denomination to it, like Johnson and Johnson, for instance, does not have any ending. And corporation, you'll have inc as well. And I like to avoid international companies that end with SA or AG. So I like to avoid new companies because I'm working, the only analysis that I'm doing is chart analysis, technical analysis, narrow to only chart analysis using support lines. So I like to have stocks that went public for more than 15 years so that I have a good amount of data on the chart. I can see the chart fluctuation to have an overall feel to that company stocks to see if it's a growth stocks, because I want growth at the bottom and growth at the top of the chart. So once the stock pass all those criteria, then I will pull the maximum monthly chart of that stocks, and that's where I can have a good feel of that stocks to see if that's a stock I can add. By this point, the stocks will be on our watch list. And if it show me that it's a growth and pretty much the chart is swinging around, the taller the mountain, the bigger the valley will be. So growth and dip will be those big upswing and downswing, and upward. So those are the ones that will just have small jagged teeth going up without having a big one. So I like to keep those and avoid downward and level. So those are the ones that will make it to my master watch list. And from there, I will analyze at the end of every year to see which ones of that master list I like to pull to make my watch list of the year that I will swing trade from. And that analysis allow us this year to create two lists, one that will be more will have quick growth in them, and the second list that is more toward investment have slow growth that I might hold on to for a few years before I sell it, depending on how they are growing. And even this list, I'm still finding some that are moving to this list, but I have a longer, a good amount of stocks this year that I'm working with, because I'm not analyzing them on a daily basis, but I'm analyzing them on a weekend basis, so that I can find stocks that I can just turn red. Those are the ones that I'm going to analyze during the week to see, if I can, what I will buy. And as I purchase them, I will uh, color them like this or highlight them like this. So today we are going to analyze VLO, and today is January 30, 2026. And for instance, we have URY here, and you can see this will be more like a growth and dip, but we can go to maximum monthly chart and you can see, yeah, growth and dip. It has growth in it. You can see growth at the bottom. We have higher lows at the bottom and we have higher highs at the top. So having a stocks, I'm seeing all the way to 98 here on this for maximum monthly chart using Thinkorswim platform, and I can have a feel for this company stock, knowing that is upward trending, there is growth in it, and I want to see the growth at the valley. I want to see the valley going up, and I want to see the top of the mountain going up as well. So we are going to analyze VLO today, and for URI, all-time highest price was in 2025. We have the date on the x-axis, and from the past to the present, and we have the price on the y-axis from 0 up. So we have, all-time highest price is on in 2025. So those are the one that I like to have on the first list. And for the one that all-time highest will be more like 3 years ago, those to me I found like they are more slow growers. They can be on the short-term investment list. So VLO maximum monthly chart here is showing us, here we have growth and dip as well, those big growth and big dip here for it. So it is uptrending, and again, it's taking a sum to dating. So that's what I call by staple based on the way I interpreted. And I'm going to go to maximum daily chart to look at it. And right now, is it a buy? No, for me it's not a buy. Using long option line swing trading strategy, I have two support lines that I trace to buy at. It may not come back to this. It could use this as the support line. In 2020 it went below it, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But I think it's going to be using this line more, and all-time highest price is in 2020. It reached all-time highest price in 2026. So therefore is closer to all-time highest price, down it is to the valley. So for that reason, it's now a buy, because we like to buy at the support line, passing by the valley of the mountain, and sell it after it reach all-time highest price. So, and yesterday the price dropped. The price at the end of the day was lower than the price in the morning when the markets open. So it's showing red here. But for the time being, it is not a buy for us. We are going to wait until it comes down and touch base with the valley line. Touch base with it in 2024 and in 2025 before it took off. And so, and you can see, because we have all-time highest price this year, that will remain on the list that I put it on. So, and you can as well see that, you know, what I'm viewing it as a stable company in large cap stocks is you have multiple chances to buy around this valley line before it took off. And depending on if you buy early, you could be trapped in it for a while before it will start going, since it came back down to a few times and even went below it. But I'm okay with it. I just want to buy around that valley line. I don't even want to wait to see higher lows around that valley line before I buy. So if yours is below the valley line before I catch it, I can buy. If it's right touching it, I can buy. I just anticipate that I could be trapped in it for about 3 months, but it will vary from stock to stock. For instance, if I purchase this one, if I have purchased it in December 2024, I could have been, I mean, sometimes positive. Any bar below, those are daily bar. So any bar below this level, I'll be negative in it. Any bar above it, I'll be positive in it. So I might be positive around this time frame, and then I'll be negative from April to May. So about a month time frame here, I'll be negative in it before it will start going if I purchase it here. So and I'm okay with it. That is a strategy I like to test this year to see how it works out. Just not trying to determine the right time to buy around the valley line, but if it touch the valley line, I will buy. If I don't catch it right there, I will still buy around that area. But again, just keep in mind that I'm tracing those valley lines by hand as well, and I won't be exactly perfect. And also the valley line, I don't think it's just a turning line, it could be an area as well. Sometimes it may not touch the line that I trace, sometimes it might go below it, sometimes it might stay a little bit above it. And tracing the line that sometimes is touching some. So those are things to keep in mind as well, that the line may not be necessarily perfect and it's not just a turning line. That's the way I view it. But if you touch it in the past, I will want that to touch it before I buy, but not buying it before it touch it. Just in case it touch it later, I will be trapping it a little bit longer. But that's the way I do my chart analysis, and that is pretty much how I pick stocks that are stable for swing trading. And these stocks is one example of stable stocks that I have on my swing trading watch list for 2026. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all your comments, and we thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting, L.L.C, YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. Start with stable companies, and once you master your strategy, you can venture you can be with that now that knowledge and that strategy, you can see other stocks that are a little bit more on the a little bit more riskier, that you can still trace, you can still swing trade safely using the strategy you are using. So once you have a good strategy you like, you are going to be looking for stocks that are compatible with that strategy, that you can swing trade with that strategy, and just create a library of stocks, of those stocks compatible with your strategy, that you can just go to analyze to see which one you have not purchased, you don't have in your portfolio yet, that is safe for you to buy. And if you have one that you purchased already, you'll just keep analyzing it to see when it's ready for you to sell, or how much profit, or if you are comfortable with the profit you accumulated in, for you to sell it. So thank you so much for your time. For more videos in this series, please check in the description of this video how to start swing trading step by step using long Uptrend playlist and other swing trading related playlists as well. Thank you so much. Happy swing trading.